Hello, Sirius crew. This is Not So Busy, your podcast producer and Sirius Gentleman podcaster. Team Sirius would like to announce Sirius Property Solutions, a proud sponsor of Team Sirius. Sirius Property Solutions, or SPS, will buy any house, any condition, any situation. So if you're looking into getting out of your mortgage or simply selling your house quick and you are near or around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, give them a call at area code 469-609-7368, or you can reach out to them via their Facebook page at facebook.com/Sirius Property Solutions and send them a message via FB Messenger or email them at oscar@SiriusPropertySolutions.com. We would like to thank SPS for their support and supporting this podcast. Thank you so much. Go check them out. What's going on? What's going on, Sirius crew? Back at it again with a exciting 3v3 Rocket League contest.
Nice.
And it looks like he's continuing that.
This could be a shot. This could be a goal. In the middle, takes a shot and makes the goal.
It's getting harder, you turn my heart out, throw me in water. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need to.
Hypnosis, and nobody seems to be going for the ball at the moment. They go for that doink, I guess you can say, but it goes. They were able to capitalize. I think that was a mistake by.
Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settling. I can't pretend that we're not friends. Oh, I think I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing.
And as always, stay serious. We'll check you out next week. What's going on, Sirius crew? Back at it again with another fantastic episode of Team Sirius DFW Talks podcast with one of our wonderful community directors at Currently Standing Showing and is the best, Silent Taz. What's up?
That was extra nice. I don't know what's happening.
Abort.
Unsure how to react.
I threw a big old wrench.
Not at all what I was expecting, where I was expecting that to go.
You were going to be like hostile. It was like, I'm ready to be hostile.
I was ready for a fight. I did not get that.
It's like, I always think, it's like, are you sure you're not Latina? Because you choose violence all the time. So that's why you get along with my wife. You always choose violence.
Always.
So we got the CEO Shook running a little bit late. I am Not So Busy, the podcast producer, podcaster of Team Sirius, CTO of Team Sirius. Real quick, as tradition always shows it, Taz, what are you drinking?
Nothing fun. What happened to us? Remember when we used to come on here and we always had like alcohol or something?
We were always lit, let's be honest.
I don't know what happened to us, but I just have water.
I refuse to think we're getting old, but I think we're getting old.
I think we're getting old.
Gamer Grind on a Team Sirius mug. Let me get a little sip real quick.
Matches my shirt.
Where can you get that at?
You can get that at Galaxy Hound. Some fire gear. Also, great quality.
Nice, thanks. So everybody on the panel is from Team Sirius. Everybody from the panel is for this part of the Sirius crew. So a little bit of some events going on. We're still holding dear and true to the 3v3, 2v2 Rocket League weekly tournaments. They're free to join. ! Challenge in the chat will put you into our challenge brackets where you can sign up for those tournaments or reach out to any of our Discord mods or Discord staff. ! Discord will put you right into the Team Sirius LLC Discord where you can come hang out with us, talk about your favorite game, talk about your highest rank, talk about how salty or sweaty you get in any game you play. We got all kinds of platforms on there. It's not just PC, but it's all the way from Switch all the way to the PS5. Come tell us what your favorite game is and what's your favorite platform and how salty and salt and sweaty you get when you play your competitive games. Aside from that, not much going on. We still got to kind of figure out what May looks like for one. Team Sirius presents podcast will usually present a streamer or a community or a business. I'm still in the works, trying to work out with a couple of communities that I reached out to. May is looking a little busier than normal, but hopefully we're able to provide somebody else that people are unaware of, or a community that you're unaware of, or cool people that run business and do different things. So we'll get that under works, and then we'll try to schedule it sometime in May. If May doesn't happen, then we're definitely going to circle back into June and figure out who we can present on there. The last person we had on here was Rayzone. His community, Rage Quit Now is his screen name, and it was a fun, exciting interview. And before that, we had Nathix, and that was fun and exciting, and everything in between. So we're gonna figure out who we're gonna bring on board next episode. We'll keep you posted via the socials who we're gonna bring on board, and hopefully it'll be fun and exciting. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first phase of our podcast. These are usually laid back, chilled. It's just you guys getting to know us. You guys getting to hang out with us and know a little bit more about the business team and the director team. So we're going to go right into tough questions. Now, in my defense, I actually sent these questions ahead of time to Taz so I wouldn't blindside her, because I usually get yelled at for that. And apparently I sent them too early.
Which, by the way, I checked the date on it. You sent them 2 days ago, so like I don't know what kind of what I was on. But I just looked at them, so
it's not my fault, not it.
I know. I have no one to blame but myself this time. It's more fun when I can blame you.
Yeah, really fun for me.
It's fun for me. I don't care if it's fun for you. Remember we had a hashtag blame Zeta? I'm gonna bring back, but hashtag blame not so. That's what we're going with.
As long as you don't not so me, I'm good.
I like how that became a term.
Oh, let's not get that started, okay? Because I'm coined it. I'll take ownership of it. Hey, let's play a game. I don't have that game. Oh, that is not even a problem. I can fix that real
Bam,
quick.
not so. God damn it, not so.
Which funny, because a lot of people don't know the first game that I forced you into was Stardew, and then it took us like 2 years to play it.
We never fucking played it. You're like, you have to play this with me and my wife. Okay.
And that never happened.
When are we doing this?
Shooky.
What's up, everyone?
Oh, wow. A wild Shooky.
Turn down your audio interface. You're too loud.
Okay. How's that?
That's way better.
All right. Sorry about that.
You're good. So we were just getting started we were going to go into the CEO's corner. We usually start off with the business corner, which is Shooky presenting the updates for Team Sirius. Are you ready for that, or should we go into the CEO's corner first?
No, we can do the business update. I mean, it's very little.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and go into the business corner with the CEO Shooky. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Hey, guys, if you don't know me, I'm Shooky Rocksours, aka Shooky whatever. That's me. So just kind of give you guys a business update on Team Sirius. The only thing that we have going on right now, we have active, our community director has been actively marketing. So we're seeing some more people come into the Discord. So any of you who are new, welcome to Team Sirius. We will get everything ramped up again here shortly. We're looking at doing some more Rocket League tournaments, full blown, probably in the next week or two. We'll get some going. And then we're also looking for more people to get involved. So if you guys can reach out to any of us, community directors specifically on Discord, then we can get some of you guys started if you want to get involved in the community. Other than that, I think that's all I have for the business update, Busy.
Very cool. Thank you. Shooky Rocksours, Shooky, and I don't know how many other names. Pizza.
Very busy Shooky. It's the new one.
All right, so we're going to go right into the CEO's corner. For those of you who don't know, the CEO's corner is basically Shook exposing us, asking us personal questions, and kind of getting to kind of get y'all to know us a little bit better on the business side, but also on the director side. Shooky and myself are part of the business, and Taz is part of the director side. So the first question that Shooky has for us, and we'll go ahead and start off with Shook since he's late. Would you rather have would you rather trade intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence?
Okay, so I always have a complicated ass answer, right? I can't give you like a yes or no, but okay, so I guess to put it in perspective, I would like to have intelligence, but applied intelligence is what I would say, because you can be the smartest person ever, but if you don't ever apply any of that intelligence, then you're just a person, right? And if I'm just going to be chilling, then I'd rather have looks. But if I'm going to have the intelligence and I want to be able to apply that intelligence and do things to help change the world. So for me, it's applied intelligence. And that's what I would say for me.
Taz?
So am I gonna look like super self? I don't even know the word for it. Intelligence would be helpful. If I go straight looks, I feel awkward saying that now after Shookie's answer.
And then I
want
have to
a
jump in and
balance.
say, you already have that. You need some intelligence.
Okay, no. I need a balance. Can I just go right down the middle? Is that possible? Like, do I have to pick one or the other? Like, can I take some here, some there?
You can do whatever
a
you
little of
want.
this, a little of that.
You can do whatever you want, Taz.
Okay, I'll take both. Give me both. No, Alicia, I don't gotta pick.
You can do whatever you
I
want.
don't know. I would. Okay, I'm going middle. Just
Look, okay, I was sitting in the same seat, Taz. I don't want to sound like it looks, right? Everyone wants the good looks, right? But like for me, I want to be able to make a change and a difference in the world, right? So I'm going to do intelligence, but again, just having the intelligence for me is not enough, right? I need to be able to do something with it. Everybody says knowledge is power, knowledge is power. Yeah, you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't do anything with it, then what good does it serve you or others, right? So why don't you do applied knowledge is power, okay? So then you're doing something.
But here's my issue. Here's where I come into a big issue. I'm lazy. So like, will I actually do something that's beneficial to the world if I have all this knowledge? I'll probably end up coming here, sitting my ass down and playing video games, if we're being totally honest. I would love to say I'd make some sort of change in the world, but I know I'm just going to nap.
So would you say
I
you're
know.
going to be streaming then?
No, that's not what I'm saying. not at all what I'm saying.
You got all those looks. I mean, you're playing video games. I mean, come on.
Not at all what I'm saying. Oh no, we're not getting into that. There's a few people in the chat that are going to take that and run with it. We are not saying that. I'm just going to keep quiet.
Cue the chat, please.
All right. All right. I guess my turn. I would say intelligence for me. What is beauty if the brain is empty? Conversations would be like dumb, boring, dull. I mean, that's just me. And a
Ooh,
lot of
those are fighting
attractiveness.
words.
A lot
I feel
of the
like he just called me
attractiveness-
dumb and empty and.
I think those are fighting words.
I would just say like beauty's in the eye of the beholder anyways, and most of the time, I don't know, you can fall in love with intelligence as well, but I don't know. What do I know? You know? I'm neither now, so whatever. Moving on to the next question before everybody starts arguing. All right, the next question we have, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And we'll start off with Taz.
Easy, introvert. All day. All day. I would love to like go out and meet people and have fun, but I have like 2 friends in real life and I'm not the type of person to just go out of my comfort zone and just go out and do things. I'm definitely an introvert.
Objection, Your Honor. I think it's the other way around. I think you are an extrovert, and I think Termolian is the introvert. And if you guys know each other that way, right? Like, I think you're definitely more out there than he is.
Okay, compared to him, yes, I'm considered an extrovert. I will give you that one. But overall, I'm an introvert. I would rather stay home on a weekend than go out partying or doing something. I'd rather stay in. See, she knows me. She can confirm.
She's one of the two friends she's mentioning.
Exactly.
Okay.
One of the two friends.
Alicia, can you confirm for the chat, please, on the record?
She's gonna be your honor on the record.
She just explained me. Introvert gains energy by being alone and doing quiet things like watching a movie and gets drained being out. Me.
All right. Am I next or you're next, Busy?
No, you're next.
Okay. I was talking to my nieces, and they asked me the same question about 2 days ago. And they were like, hey, are you introvert or extrovert? And I told them a little bit of both. And here's why. I can be extrovert if I have to, right? I talk to a lot of people every day on the phone. I mean, I guess you can say I'm a salesperson, right? But after a while, that drains me big time. And I just need to chill out and recharge my battery, like just get away from everybody, lock myself in the room or in my bedroom and just take a weekend off without talking to people to recharge. And at that point, I don't want to deal with anyone, right? So I consider myself introvert, extroverted. Extrovert when I have to be, but at times it kills me, so I just need to go and recharge.
I'm a little both in that sense. I'm an introvert because of my extrovert life. Like, people suck. And I can only take people in a certain amount of dosage, so I'd rather just kind of stay away. Does it really make me an introvert just because I stay away people? But I love being outside. Don't get me wrong. I love being outside. I'll trade being outside, going to like a national or state park. But usually people are the ones that mess up my so-called vibe because they bring in their crappy energy or their arguments or their political views. I ain't about that life. I want to have some drinks, some good food, and some good laughter, and get the energy off of being around other people. But I also work from home, so I want to fucking jump out and run out of my house all the damn time. So there's that. But the introvert part of me keeps me away mainly because of people. Because even when I go to like movie theaters or whatever, you have to hear somebody say some dumb sly comment, just like, man, I just want to punch this dude in the face. Don't have the type of energy right now. So I guess I'm right in between the middle. I do like being out of the house. I do like doing things outside, and I do like being in social gatherings and social events. I enjoy the hell out of that, enjoying good company, good drinks, good food. But I stay away because unless I know those people, like Taz mentioned, like my two good friends, so to speak, my top 5 friends, I really don't want to go out and just meet a bunch of random ass public people that are just going to drain the hell out of me. If that makes any sense.
Okay, just a side question to that, because Alicia brought up a very good example. If you had a long day at work, and you're kind of just looking forward to coming home just to get away from work, and let's say your family decides they're coming to visit you, are you drained or excited by that? I'd be drained. Personally.
It depends. Is it the mother-in-law? I don't know, but
For me, it doesn't even matter which family member. I'd be drained as can be. Be like, come at me on the weekend.
Xander, I'm with you, my guy. That's a good question. It's kind of like when you're drained and let's say you have puppies or dogs at home, right? You're drained, but when you come home and they see you, they have a bunch of energy, right? And sometimes you don't even want to deal with some of that energy, but they're excited to see you, right? So what do you do?
I'd rather deal with my dogs than my family.
Wow, on the record. Someone clipped that as well.
Yeah. I'm for the most part excited. People come visit me. Oh, my bad. Family's fine, but yeah, it just depends on what family. A lot of family, I'm not really super close, so I don't have a bunch of random family just showing up either, even if it's scheduled. I don't really have too much family showing up at my doorstep.
Same, thankfully. I mean, not thankfully.
All right. Moving on to the next question. I got freaking awkward quiet. What 3 things do you think of the most each day? We'll start with Shook, then we'll go to Taz.
growth. I'm always trying to learn. And business and mindset are the three things for me that are the most important. If I'm not growing or doing any of those three, then I'm stagnant, and I can't stand being stagnant. I got to keep pushing. I got to keep growing. I got to learn something new every day. I really have to. Those books on the background that you see there, they're not just for looks on this podcast, okay? They're actually books that I read, and I'm constantly reading. If I'm not reading, then I'm doing something else. Like, here's this book, and this looks boring as heck, but this is what I'm looking for next. Kind of hard to see, but that's what I'm reading about. And in real estate, there's a lot of strategies there that itself, if you can learn that, damn, that's what I'm doing.
No, you're gonna always go behind Shook. Okay, anyways, thanks.
No, I don't know how am I supposed to follow that?
You fought. This isn't a competition. This is you. We're trying to get to know you, not Shook.
I like how conveniently you're putting me after him instead of you. Convenient, not so.
Hey, listen, somebody's got to produce this thing, okay?
God damn it. Shit. First thing I'm thinking of is where's my damn coffee? I can't start my day without coffee. You can't even talk to me before I have my coffee. My second thing is, when can I nap? And third thing, do I have to get up and go to work? Remember how I said I'm lazy?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. Mine are all parental. First thing I wake up is, are my kids awake? Are my kids logged into school? And the third one is, have my kids eaten breakfast? And then in conjunction, that goes with the same amount of questions for my wife. Has she eaten breakfast and taken her meds? Because my wife's really bad at, one, eating breakfast, and two, taking her meds. So those are the top three. So mine's more of a parent mind. And then from there, it goes into business mind. Like Shook, I have to rearrange exactly what I'm doing for the day because I have to plan around my kids. So then it goes like, what am I learning today, brand new? And then down there, what am I doing for development? What am I doing for, excellent? And it just goes down the list that way. So you have to stay proactive, especially when you work from home, because it's super easy to get distracted. Like you'll hear Sophie going off on a tantrum because, I don't know, Roblox didn't work. And then you're like, okay, let me go fix that. And I completely got sidetracked from what I was doing for work. That's about it.
Okay, all I'm seeing is support for me in the chat.
I don't think anybody's denying you have support, Taz.
I felt like I didn't have support on that.
Okay. Now we're going to start with Taz, then go to Shook, then go to myself. If you had a warning label, what would yours say?
I would have two. If we're being honest, I would have two. The first one would be, do not talk to her before she's had her morning coffee. My manager learned that the hard way. Second thing would be, gets very, very hangry.
So hopefully she'll get it.
Those would be my warning labels.
She might get it sometimes.
They both go in the violent direction.
All depends how long the process.
Got it. So next time I visit you, I'm just going to bring you a big ass cup of coffee.
Please, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
You forgot the second part. You have to bring a snack.
Also a snack.
Mm-hmm. And a bag of ketchup chips.
Sure, I'll take that.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay. Warning label. I would say prepare to step out of your comfort zone if you're with me. If you're dealing with me in whatever it is that we do, we're going to do something crazy. We're going to go and get you out of your comfort zone. And for me, some of the things that I do every day, I have to step back and think, man, some of the things that I do, like, I wonder if I, like I would tell my nieces and everything like that, like, hey, can you do this? And they're like, no, I'm afraid to do that. And it just feels natural to me, It's just like, gosh, I don't mean to put them on the spot all the time, or I don't mean to like, put them out of their comfort zone, but it's what it feels like. To me, it's just normal. But I think if you're going to be with me, so be prepared to step out of your comfort zone and let's do this.
I'm going to need examples. Like what?
Right. So should they ask me a couple of questions like, hey, Uncle Shook, because they call me Uncle Shook, right? It's anything. They don't call me by my real name. It's kind of awkward. But anyway, they're like, hey, Uncle Shook, can you show us, can we make some extra money or something like that? I'm like, okay, well, let's hop on the phone real quick and let's close the deal. And they're like, what? Like on the phone? Like, yeah, you're going to talk to people. And they're like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, well, you want to make money or what? I'm not going to give it to you. You got to work for it. Right?
Damn.
So I'm just saying, I mean, if you want to be with me, then let's get some things done and let's not sit around and wait. Like, I'm not about talking. I'm not just about talking. I'm also about walking. So that's me.
Busy, you're up.
I guess they don't call them phone anymore. We call them Zoom calls and Teams. I still talk to a ton of people a day. So my warning label would be mood subject to change without warning.
That could be mine too.
and how many times have you seen me, especially Taz? I don't know, Shook too, but like we'd be fine, and then somebody says something, and boom, my mood changes. Like I'm wore out. That would be my warning label, and my wife could probably speak better than that and probably give you prime examples, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But my mood can like that, and I'm like, best friend or your worst enemy, one of the two. You pick, you deal.
Damn.
All right. So the last question on this segment is, what is one thing you will never do again? And I'll start. Then we'll go to Shook, and then we'll go to Taz. I will never judge someone based on their appearance ever again. I've never done it. Ever since I did it when I was a kid, did it once, been a mistake. I will never do that again. Next.
Okay. Well, I will never, ever spend my money crazy ever again. I will always spend it wisely and invest my money going forward.
See, I was gonna come on here and say something, and now I feel like I need to make it deeper. But what I was going to say is never go to a championship parade ever again in my life. F that. Did it once, never again. Not a chance. Not a chance.
So don't hang out with Shook because you're gonna get out of your comfort zone.
Hey, I mean, I'm all about making money. Come on, man. I got some leads that need to be followed up on. Let's get on the phone.
Yeah, I don't talk on the phone.
I guess we're just old school Shook. I still be calling people on the phone too. Like, hey man,
Legit.
we're gonna do this or we're gonna do this.
My sister laughed. My sister called me the other day. My sister never calls me. So I kind of stared at the phone, like one eyebrow up for like a minute, wondering why the hell she's calling me. And then I answered and said, "Are you dying?" And she's like, I know. I never call you. This is weird. It's not an emergency. But yeah, I don't call people. Ever.
I think sometimes I forget because we're all so close knit, right? That people forget what I do. So for those who don't know, like I'm in real estate. So I do cold calling, I do lead generation marketing and all that kind of stuff. So I have to be on the phone in order for me to make some, get some deals going. So that's probably why some of you guys are like, you're on the phone. Like, yeah, like I cold call. And so it's tough, right? Like kind of getting into it. Like, I think that's probably the best way to really step out of your comfort zone is just pick up the phone and make some phone calls. Nobody likes to do that crap. No one, dude. It's tough. So some of these, I'm telling my nieces, they're like, what can I do for you? I was like, I need someone to get on the phone with me and then start calling some sellers so we can get some deals going. You make some money. So
I think part of my issue is the job I had before where I'm at now, I had to be on the phone for my entire shift and it was all people just yelling at me. So I think since then, I just the thought of getting on the phone, I can't do it.
Bro, this chat, man, they're on fire today.
I'm always on Teams, on WebEx, presenting, talking to people. Most of for those of you who don't know, part of a development group. A lot of the ideas come from marketing, regular ass folks that want to, make innovation within e-commerce. So I'm constantly on calls, and now, granted, because of COVID, everybody went into using these tools like Zoom and Teams and WebEx and things like that. But even on a regular basis, when we went, when I was in the office, we would always be in conference rooms talking about our product, talking about the next feature developed, and things like that. So I constantly talk to people, because that's the only way to get that idea that you have, and how do we make that happen? A lot of times marketing team would be like, like they're really making some stuff up, and I have to break them down to real life. That's not how technology works. This is the services we provide, and this is how you get from A to B, not some magical way you just described it. That's not how it works. So a lot of those conversations need to be had beforehand, and then we automate a lot of that process. So now we're done with this one, with this corner. Moving on to the next segment of the podcast, which is what did I name it? Game Corner. And we're going to start off with a couple of trivia questions from video game trivia questions, and the chat is able to participate into this as well. And we'll wait for the answers as we go. So we're going to hand off the first question. I'm going to copy and paste it into the chat. What is the name of the alien race who were the adopted parents of Samus in the Metroid franchise? No cheating.
Chat help?
Do you want to go first, Taz?
No. No.
Super Mario 64, E.T. I know that they were like some sort of ancient looking birds, but I don't know their names. Predator.
I love these answers, bro. They're fire.
I don't even know what to guess.
I give up.
There's no way I would have gotten that. Not a chance. No way.
Chorizo.
Cheese puffs? Can I just eat cheese puffs?
That was my next answer. Oh, bro, y'all need to quit talking dirty out here talking about chorizo. I'm gonna need some fresh tortillas de harina. Y'all need to quit with me, man. I can eat.
For real.
Ugh. All right. The most popular American football video game franchise is named after which individual? That's just
I think you know that one, Taz, right? Termolian will probably be screaming the answer in the chat.
It's a freeze, not on.
Madden?
I was gonna say that. Is it Madden?
Shucky. He's like, you should know that. Hey, wait, is it Madden?
Yeah, Madden. Ha.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, is his first name John? Sure, yes. John Madden.
We knew that, right, Taz?
Totally do that. By the way, Termolian is shaking his head next to me. I feel very judged right now.
All right. Which video game company originally brought Pac-Man to home consoles?
Atari?
Why do you sound like you added a question mark to that, Chuck?
I'm just going to go with the chat, okay? Whatever they say.
I like Alicia's answer. Capcom. Sure, we'll go with Merc's answer.
Shuki was right, but these answers are fucking hilarious.
Merc, you led me the wrong way.
I think we should just do guess wrong answers only.
That's even funnier.
Oh, is that not what we were doing? Oh, I'll switch to actually getting the right answers.
Alicia's gonna say Candyland for everything, or Cheese Puffs for everything.
Besides Sonic, which other Sega character was a playable character in Super Smash Bros. 4?
There's more than just Sonic.
Same.
Oh my god, I can't with y'all. I'm a Sega fanboy.
Knuckles?
Red dude. I'm going red dude.
Sonics.
Chick-fil-A.
What the hell? Somebody give this woman some food. She's out there naming food the whole time.
Chick-fil-A, McDonald's.
Cheese fun. Like somebody get this woman a snack or get her a meal. She's over here.
Sonic drive-thru. I would have never guessed that.
Me neither.
I just like it's like the red dude and then like Sonics. That shit was great. Dr. Light is the creator of which classic video game character? Shuki should know this one. That's what he's known for.
Shuki, go ahead.
I'm going with Zandler's answer.
But dude's Mr. Dark.
I'm gonna go Mr. Potato Head.
I'm a potato. Mega Man.
So is it 1-0 Shuki right now? How many questions has it been? Like 10? Oh wait, no, we both got Madden. 2-1.
I'm on your side here, dude. I don't know any of these collectively.
Mario originated as a character in which classic video game?
Everyone seems to be saying Donkey Kong, and Alicia went Fortnite. So
Dude, that'd be some funny shit if Mario decided to release a BR mode. Imagine, I could just imagine Rage playing that game. He's like, I got the fireball, let's fucking go.
I can see that too, bro.
Rage maining a Mario BR.
Oh, Donkey Kong. I totally said Donkey Kong.
Yes, she's winning. Somebody get this woman some food. She's hilarious. Okay. This one should be pretty simple, I think. But then I love everybody's answers. What are the professions of Mario and his brother Luigi?
Plumbers?
They're unemployed. They're looking for their stimulus check. They just got unemployed.
Holy fans, Mario!
Oh no. I can't unsee that.
Talking about their starting music, but with like a little Porto beat to it.
Oh my god. Oh.
Oh shit, y'all are hilarious as hell. All right, we're gonna go with one more on this one. Let's see. What is the highest grossing arcade game of all time? Arcade game of all time.
Pac-Man?
Can you help me, chat?
Pac-Man? Alicia, I think it's called Dead by Daylight.
Dead before daylight because she hasn't had coffee.
She hasn't ate anything, bro. Somebody feed this lady.
Bro, I think that's the better question. With Rage Quit said, what arcade game have you spent the most money on?
Oh my god. Oh man, that's split between arcade. It was split between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
I don't know. What is it?
They consider that shit retro now. Make me feel fucking old.
Yeah. Oh, I got that right.
Oh shit, y'all are hilarious, man. Can't with y'all.
I overheard someone in McDonald's the other day say, "Can I just buy the toy from the Happy Meal?"
They don't want the actual Happy Meal?
Yeah, isn't
Yeah,
that
kid-
crazy?
Oh, I'm a parent. Oh, you're not used to that, huh?
They said, "Can I buy the toy?" And they were like, "Sir, you're gonna have to buy the Happy Meal."
Yeah, they sell the toy by itself. You can actually request the toy. They'll have a boy version and a girl version. I think currently the boy version's Star Wars. I don't remember what the girl version is, but
Well,
you
they
can literally just buy the
that
toy. But it's cheaper to buy the whole meal with the toy.
So, okay. Fun fact. Speaking of Happy Meal toys, Alicia one day told me that McDonald's had Tasmanian Devil toys as their Happy Meal toy. So I went there all on my lunch break, all excited for this Tasmanian Devil toy. And I got to the drive-through thing where I order, and I was like, "So, do you have Tasmanian Devil as a toy?" They literally did not talk for like a minute and said, "No." And I was like, "Well, now I feel like an idiot, so I'm just gonna leave now."
She's calling you out, girl.
I literally
For
messaged her.
McDonald's.
You sent me to McDonald's for a Tasmanian Devil toy that does not exist.
Or you mean like an off-brand McDonald's? Like it was another chain, like a fake-ass McDonald's?
No, she lives in the city and I live up north.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna go into the last corner. I don't know why the hell we named everything corner. That was entertainment corner. This one's called game corner, and this one we have three main subjects. Two of them are games. The third one is upcoming releases, which is towards the end because we are reaching the end, closer to the end of the podcast. With this being the last subject. So, and I know Taz, I'm gonna let you loose because I know you were impacted by this. Outriders and their inventory wipe. Let's go. Tell me about it. Tell me what happened. I love this part.
What happened to me?
Yes, we're talking about you.
Oh, okay. When aren't we talking about me?
Go ahead and say
Sorry,
it. Anyways, back to me.
Anyways, back to me. So I was trying to join Termolian and our friend Chubbs in a multiplayer game, and Chubbs joined him no problem. And then it was kind of lagging, like it was just saying loading, trying to join or whatever. And I had the little spinny thing of death, the loading. And then all of a sudden it crashed saying it can't join the server and I can't connect to the game. And I was like, the hell is this? Like, the multiplayer isn't down, everything's working. So I quit the game and I go back in. Right in my you see it red in your lobby, just my character with nothing on. Nothing. And I was like, and to be honest, it was my own fault because everyone was talking about it all over Reddit, saying they're losing their gear, things are happening, and I just kept playing. I was stubborn and thought that it wouldn't happen to me, and it did. So that was fun. But so recent development, they're working on doing the inventory restoration, and this is kind of where I have a question for you guys and also chat if they want to answer this question. So for the people that lost all their inventory and their character is now unplayable, which mine is, I can't play that character at all anymore. I had to start a new character. They're getting all their gear back, everything that they had, but God roll versions of them. So like the best rolls you could possibly get on the inventory that you had. Is that fair for the people that didn't lose their inventory? They now have far less like inferior gear to the people that have lost their inventory. And sure, I was pissed about it, and now I feel pretty thankful that I lost my gear because I'm getting God roll stuff. But is that a fair way, since you're kind of dividing the community at this point between people that lost their gear versus people who didn't lose their gear? Is that a fair way to go?
You're never going to please everybody. If it was me, if I was part of that development group, but you're never going to appease everybody. You're never going to get 100%, you know, you did the right thing or you're doing the right thing, and everybody's perspective changes. Everybody's idea is different. The best way to kind of mend that is to give God roll tiered gear would be the closest approval rate. That's my 2 cents on it, because it doesn't matter which way you handle it. It's a PR mess. So you go with what can give you the better success rate from this story. And then you go back and you try to make those adjustments in future releases not to happen again, which is a database. Database goes corrupt. That's where everything is stored. For those of you that don't know how Outriders work, you have your client, but your client only handles most of the transactions that are happening on your screen. Everything else is literally all database, cloud syncs back and forth. Can the database hiccup when it comes to that, especially if you're putting all your eggs in one basket and it's all cloud ran? Yeah, it's going to happen. Your gear isn't stored locally. There is no file that you can revert back to locally onto your box. So you're left to deal with whatever, you know, the gods in the cloud have ability for to fix. Is it a nightmare to fix? Heck yeah, restoring a database is a nightmare altogether. Trying to make sure that at least you only lost a couple of days, hours, or maybe a week is a successful goal to reach, instead of losing the entirety of the database. You know, if the impact is only 10%, we call that a win. It wasn't 50, 60, 70, 80%. So I see it more in development terms, because I ran into situations in the past with that, with my professional, career, where we lost chunks amount of data and space and users. But at the end of the day, recovery rate was up to 90%. So it is a success rate. And that's part of disaster recovery. It's actually a part of your development process to figure out how you're going to recover from disaster, is disaster recovery.
So here's the follow-up to that. So only the people that have unplayable characters are getting all their inventory back with all God rolls. Anyone who lost their inventory but their character was still playable, from what I talking to Termolian and what I've read on their Reddit posts on the matter, the people that have their character still but lost all their inventory, or 95% of their inventory, whatever it is, they're only getting their legendaries back. So let's say they didn't have any legendaries equipped, they're not getting any gear back. It's just the people with unplayable characters that are getting everything back with God rolls. And that's, I think, where the dilemma comes in, because other people have lost their gear too, but they're now no longer guaranteed that they're going to get their gear back. If they had all purples on, they're not getting shit.
No, and I get where you're coming from, and you're not gonna get everybody satisfied or happy at that. And you take some W's and you take some L's, and hopefully you learn from them. So it's like I said, regardless of which way you swayed, it's going to be a PR nightmare. You're not going to be able to just justify you losing entire chunks of data. You work on your replication, you work on your disaster recovery, but this is still worst case scenario. But they didn't lose it. Like, I didn't lose anything. Now, am I better off for not losing anything? No, I was just happened to be that sector of that database where I might not have been impacted like you were in a specific area because of your location, because those are all tracked by like location, and then usernames and everything else is like There's so many things that go into the database. But I think doing something about it is better than not doing anything about it, because it could have easily been said you're SOL. We're not doing anything. I'm sorry that you lost your character, but we ain't doing shit about it.
Honestly, I think the majority of their quote unquote community, I don't know how big of a community it is now with all the issues Outriders has had, but I think they would have preferred that rate, because although I have an unplayable character with no gear on, I was still able to make another of the same exact character. I still have, I got to the point where I can do CT 15 expeditions with friends, and I was able to get some of the gear I had back, although it wasn't exactly the same. I still have on my new character a bunch of stuff that I'll now bring over to the character that gets the restoration and gets all the god rolls, because I still have things I can use. I got things that are viable and usable. So their logic of it, the people that have unplayable characters completely lost their gear and can't get any gear now, doesn't really work out, because they can always create a new character and it works just fine.
Gotcha. Do you have anything to add, Shook?
No. I think that's it for me. Had a blast, by the way. Had a blast. Did you win, Taz, on that little thing we had going? Tournament, or what is it called? Little questionnaire trivia,
and it's the entertainment corner.
I'm not gonna lie, after I said you were winning 2-1, I stopped keeping track. So I don't know.
We'll say Taz won.
Deal.
I don't even know. I wasn't even keeping track.
I have no idea. Shooky probably won.
Basically, comes down to this. She's hacking. She went out and ruined her account so she get all the god rolls.
Do you have a pizza account now, Taz?
Yes. Pizza.
All right.
Since you won't let me play with you on your real account, Shooky, I'll bring my pizza account next time. Pizza versus pizza.
As long as it doesn't have pineapple.
You're right. Pizzas will never have pineapple.
Okay, we're all in the same accordance. Okay, I don't think
that's probably going to say otherwise.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza, especially if I'm paying for it. That crap out of here,
Merc.
All right, we're going into the next segment, which again, Taz going to take over on this one. I don't know too much about it. She can explain what happened, and then we kind of figure out where the chat kind of sits on this one. So, Path of Exile, they had some issues recently with streamers. Go ahead and explain a little bit what happened there, Taz.
So last week, I think it was last week, on Friday, Path of Exile launched their new league, and with every new league, there's always server hiccups, whatever. This league, it was exceptionally bad. Like you kept crashing, and every time you crash, you were in a huge long queue, 20, 30,000 people ahead of you. Now, where the issue came in is people were watching their favorite streamers while trying to get into the game because they were in a queue, and they started kind of noticing streamers were just getting in right away every time they would crash. There was no waiting, nothing. But there was a situation in one big streamer's chat, which actually someone took a screenshot of and posted all over Reddit, where Path of Exile actually went on their Twitch account, went into his chat and said, "Hey, leave the queue, go back in, you'll get in right away." And he did that, and it worked. So that started circling around on Reddit, and everyone's like, "What the hell? Why? Like, are they giving streamers priority? Whatever." And then another big PoE streamer, he DM'd Grinding Gear Games and was like, "I'm hearing something about a streamer priority. Is this real? Is like, what's going on?" And they flat out told him, "Yeah, we're doing a streamer priority. They get in right away." And he's basically asked to be removed off of it. So Path of Exile released a statement to address, all their server issues and also address that situation. And in that case, they said they paid a bunch of streamers 2 hours of playtime to advertise the league. So they were giving them streamer priority, so it didn't feel like a waste of money. Now, where the issue also came in is it wasn't just those streamers that were getting streamer priority. It sort of started expanding into all the big streamers that play PoE. And there was one streamer in particular where his group of friends actually got streamer priority because he was playing with them. So a bunch of no names that weren't streamers also started getting streamer priority. So is this a good way to go for, like, what do you do in that situation? Let's say you're having a launch and there's having huge server problems. You've paid a bunch of streamers 2 hours of ad time. And I get their point of view that it became a loss of money for those. But where my issue comes in is they weren't just giving that streamer priority to just those streamers. They were doing it to every big streamer. And it was kind of screwing over all the people that were trying to get into the game and play. Me, for example. And also, if they're able to do that, what's to say they don't give streamers extra RNG luck to get better drops in game?
Very good points. The whole way that we see the streamer exclusive thing, like big streamers, you know, PoE streamers or what have you. The problem being that if you were going to give, the way I would have ran that is, while it might not be great, but it's great marketing practice, and probably Shuki could probably explain a little bit more about the marketing behind that. But I would have segmented those off to specific streamer only servers. While I get it that everybody else is stuck in queue, if I'm dropping a specific amount of money for exposure, for marketing, for marketability, for, you know, essentially bumping up my revenue numbers, especially if my game is not only free to play, but it's microtransaction driven, you need to stir some kind of conversation to sway people that haven't played it, or maybe to get people to replay it. You know, the replay value is what makes money. And I'm not going to sit here and call you out, Taz, but how much money have you put into PoE yourself? That's how they keep things alive. That's how they keep these services alive. I would have segmented those specific streamers on their own streaming service instance. Granted, it costs money, but at the end of the day, you're trying to generate revenue, so you can maintain those temporary services alive while you do that marketing push. And you could probably expand a little bit further, Shook, on why the reason you would want to segment them away from you know, general population servers and things like that.
I think if you highlight Rage Quit Now's comment earlier, I mean, yeah, it's marketing, right? Business is business, and they're going to market to those who can provide them the most, what do you call it, like views and stuff like that, exposure, right? So that it's strictly from a business standpoint. They marketed it, and they're going to get the most views from doing that. So that's how they think, right? They're not going to general public for them. They're interested in making money. That's what they're going to do.
I get it, honestly. Like, I'm still playing the game, obviously. That's not going to stop me from supporting them as a company, because I think they genuinely do a good job. It's a free-to-play game that's fantastic, and sure, I spend tons of money on the game on microtransaction because I'd like to make my character look nice, but I do get where the frustration comes in, because when you're watching your favorite streamer, you're stuck in a queue. I actually had it happen before I knew the streamer priority was actually a real thing. I was watching one of the bigger, he's not huge, PoE streamers, and he had 20,000 in his queue, and I was kind of comparing our numbers. I was like, oh, I'm only like 5,000 behind him, and like literally 2 seconds later, I look and he's in the game. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did you go from 20,000 to all of a sudden in? It didn't make any sense. And then we started seeing more and more come out on Reddit, especially. And yeah, I give kudos to the one guy who did take himself out of the streamer priority queue. And his chat responded great to that. That was the best marketing he could have done for himself, taking himself out of that streamer priority queue, because people were just gifting subs and donating left, right, and center, saying that he's with us, he's with the little guys. But that could have been a marketing tactic for himself.
Yeah, it's a business at the end of the day, so you have to play your cards right. So while he did the whatever he thought the lower, whatever the hierarchy he set himself into, but he also did it for his own gain. You got to look at it at both angles. I see it as a business standpoint. You're streaming, you're spending that time that's supposed to be a business all in itself, while you kind of shined a light to kind of the problem, but the problem stems from the top. The problem stems that these instances should have been streamer only instances, while they showcase the changes, while they showcase specific builds, specific changes and things like that. That's the way I would have handled it. That's the way a lot of companies handle it. We're like, well, how come they're playing like PUBG instances? I don't know if you remember those, or even other games that were similar to it. There were survival instances where those are specific logins for those specific streamers, while the general population was waiting in queue or was waiting for the release date for general pop to get it because they were on a specific streamer build.
And Termolian just made a good point as well. PoE, they focus a lot on racing at this, especially at the start of a new league. A lot of streamers, a lot of players of the game race to see who can hit level 100 first. And all these big streamers that got streamer priority queue all of a sudden had a big jump in terms of where they were at in the game over everyone else that was racing. So it's kind of, a lot of people were calling for PoE to kind of reset the whole league, which I think would have been stupid. But it sucked for those racers that could have gotten exposure because they do this all the time and they try and get to the top, but streamers suddenly got a boost because they kept being able to get into the game.
All valid points. And again, it's one of those things where this is a PR nightmare, and how you handle it is you're going to lose, you're going to draw X amount or percentage. And you can always, after something happened, there's already forecasted a percentage of following that you might lose, or you might drop, or sometimes you might even gain during these disasters. But kind of going back to Merck's point, that's the big difference between PO money and COD money. Big publisher, big company like Activision, and everything else is involved with COD, is able to kind of better handle issues like this versus what's it, one guy or two guys that do PO?
No, they're a pretty big company now, but this is their only game as far as I know, and they're based out of New Zealand.
I got people talking about Poe. Yeah, it got him on the radar. So sometimes, I mean, these PR things really get that name flowing back in. So we're gonna, a lot of us are just gonna agree to disagree on the way they handle anything, but nobody's ever gonna fully agree that they did the right thing. But this should be a learning experience for that company and figure out how to manage streamers moving forward, or private. However you want to call these instances.
Right. And if you look at it from their point of view, right, like they were what, two guys when they first started, right? Or something like that, right? And now they're pretty big now, right? But they're not COD big like everyone's saying on there. So for them, this is definitely growth if you look at it from their standpoint, right? They didn't do right. They're going to make mistakes. They're new, but they're going to learn from it and they're going to react from it. And hopefully they'll listen to their audience too. So, they're just growing. So you can't, how many more games have to go through, when they first release that there's bugs or servers can't handle it or whatever, this and that. It's the same story pretty much.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, they genuinely do a good job of listening to their community. So I definitely do think they'll grow from this. And they had even admitted themselves that it was the wrong thing to do. So, like I said, I still play the game. I still support the company. I think they're great. So, hopefully, next launch doesn't have as big of a PR nightmare.
Hopefully. And you guys continue supporting these type of companies. I know that they do a great game because you guys keep coming back. I know that Taz, you have a ton of hours. Terwillian has a ton of hours in this game, and a bunch of real money you actually spent.
Yeah, let's not talk about how much.
So we're going to move on to the last part of the game corner. May releases and some of the upcoming games. I'm going to name a couple. I don't know them all, but if in the comment section, if you want to shout out kind of what you're excited for May. I know the only thing that I see that I recognize on here, and I don't know if it's going to be that great, is Resident Evil Village, which is supposed to be May 7th. I haven't heard anything if they're pushing it back or anything like that. There's also the new Assassin's Creed. It's supposed to be dropping on May 13th. Monster Harvest, before we leave, I'm just going to name a couple of these on the list. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is May 14. Subnautica is coming to the Switch on May 14, and Subnautica Below Zero is coming over to basically everything: PS5, Xbox, PlayStation, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Days Gone is going to be released for PC. SnowRunner is going to be released for the Switch. It's crazy. SnowRunner, can I get it on Steam, please? I'm tired of it being on Epic. It's the only reason I don't own it.
Same.
So I might buy it for the Switch. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Knockout City. Apparently Rust is finally making its way to the console version of Rust. So it's going to be released for PlayStation 4, Xbox, Switch. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One is what it says for May 21st. And then we have Maneater is on a Switch. It's going to be on May 25th. And Earth Defense Force World Brothers is PS4, Switch, and PC. According to this article, if I said anything wrong, y'all go ahead and correct me in the comments. But what are you guys excited for? I know the only thing I'm looking for is Resident Evil Village Alpha, all that, only because I'm a Resident Evil fan. What about you, Shook and Taz?
I guess Resident Evil. I'm a big Resident Evil fan, but for the classics, but I haven't played any of the new ones. I enjoyed watching Merc play 7 and the remakes, I believe, but I haven't played them myself. So I guess that's the only one.
I'm also looking forward to Resident Evil Village. Also, another one that kind of sticks out, Termolian talked to me about, and I think he sent it to you too, Natso, is Hood, Outlaws, and Legends. That might be a game I'll take a look at as well and see what that's about. But I still need to play all the Resident Evil games, so I'm like slowly working through that. I want to do that before I play Village, but Village definitely looks like something I'd pick up.
So this, I know he sent it to me, and I always forget to look in some of this. A lot of people send me links, but Hood, Outlaws, and Legends, I don't know enough about it. Anybody in the comment section want to kind of give a little gist about that? I know it's supposed to be coming to PC, right? But I think it's all platform. Every platform is going to have it, except for the Switch, I believe.
I think he mentioned it's like a PvEVP type game, but I haven't really looked too much into it myself.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. I know he sent a link and he said something about it, but I haven't had time to look into it. The only thing I don't know if I'm picking up any of these games at launch anymore. Like I'm not even that big of a gamer anymore, if I'm honest. Like half the time I'm having to schedule my game time and I barely stream anymore. And that's usually when I used to game, was when I streamed. But oh boy. I just read Grage's comment.
All right, dude, let's do it. Let's do it, my guy. I'm all about action. Let's do it, my guy.
Aside from that, I think that'll end. We are a little over our hour marker, which we usually like to hit. We're 10 minutes over. That being said, that'll conclude our return of the Team Sirius DFW Talks podcast, where you get to know a little bit more about the business and a little bit about the community directors. And hopefully you shed some light, come have some laughs with us and things like that. So I'm gonna go around the room. We're gonna start off with Shook and then go to Taz. Where can we find you? Where you at? What you've been doing? What you've been, hanging out with? Because it ain't me, Shook.
Okay, so for me, you can find me on Discord. Shooky Rocksour's in the Team Sirius Discord. I'm available to anyone who wants to chat or anyone who needs help, anyone who wants to get involved in the community, or if you want to collaborate. If you guys on here on the chat, you have your own communities, you guys want to get an event done together as a collaboration, then we're always open to that too. We need some help with some of these other games like BRs. A lot of us here in Team Sirius, we don't do BRs, but we know there's a big market out there for them. So if we want to do a big collaboration on some sort of tournament, we're down. Same with any other games that we may want to do. I love Counter-Strike, but unfortunately not many people in our community play Counter-Strike either, but we're really big in Rocket League. So if you guys know anyone or want to do an event together, reach out to any of us, including any community directors that you may know here or myself or Busy, and we'll get something going. Other than that, just hit me up on Discord. That's where I'm at.
In case you don't know, Merc, I'm a retired streamer, Silent Taz. You can find me in the Team Sirius Discord, Silent Taz, in there. Or you can find me on Twitter, OGYT Taz. I have a YouTube account somewhere. I have a Twitch account somewhere. It's really unimportant. Don't worry about those. But Twitter and Discord are really the main places you can find me. I may start doing some more. I don't know if any of you were there, but we did a custom Rocket League night a couple weeks ago. We might start doing a little bit more of those. So make sure to come to the Discord and come hang out with us.
Thank you so much, Shook and Taz, for your time today. I always like getting into these little talks episodes because it's like literally chill back at its finest. Everything and anything ever said on this podcast, you can find at teamseriesdfw.com/podcasts. The audio only version will be available first thing tomorrow morning on your favorite podcatcher. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, you name it. We're newly added to iHeartRadio. And I think I had one more added recently, but I completely forgot. But we're all over the place, so you can find Team Sirius DFW Talks on your favorite podcatcher and come listen to us. Aside from that, don't forget to join the Discord, get involved, come hang out with us, tell us about your favorite game, tell us about your favorite podcast episode. Come make fun of me playing Rocket League because I'm terrible at it now. Shook needs to use his alt account to even play with me.
Same.
Listen to all your COVID laws. I get actually my second vaccination tomorrow morning. So wash your hands, wash your ass, listen to your COVID laws. And as always, stay serious. Have a good night.
Bye.
Hello, Sirius crew. This is Not So Busy, your podcast producer and Sirius Gentleman podcaster. Team Sirius would like to announce Sirius Property Solutions, a proud sponsor of Team Sirius. Sirius Property Solutions, or SPS, will buy any house, any condition, any situation. So if you're looking into getting out of your mortgage or simply selling your house quick and you are near or around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, give them a call at area code 469-609-7368, or you can reach out to them via their Facebook page at facebook.com/Sirius Property Solutions and send them a message via FB Messenger or email them at oscar@SiriusPropertySolutions.com. We would like to thank SPS for their support and supporting this podcast. Thank you so much. Go check them out. What's going on? What's going on, Sirius crew? Back at it again with a exciting 3v3 Rocket League contest.
Nice.
And it looks like he's continuing that.
This could be a shot. This could be a goal. In the middle, takes a shot and makes the goal.
It's getting harder, you turn my heart up, throw me in water. I'm getting higher, just to feel ya, cause I need to.
Hypnosis, and nobody seems to be going for the ball at the moment. They go for that doink, I guess you can say, but it goes. They were able to capitalize. I think that was a mistake by
Oh my God, can't stop you like heroin. My love you got, there's no settlement. I can't pretend that we're nothing. Oh, I think I'm overdosing. I think that I'm overdosing. I think I'm overdosing.
And as always, stay serious. We'll check you out next week.